January 27, 2023. Try and give you some kind of a breakdown on this Yakry model Y28 camera system I bought for my Yukon and RV. This 2007 Yukon has a lot of plug-ins where you can plug in all the things for your camera to power it. I'm not even going to try and pretend to tell you that the instructions make sense. They don't. It took me about 3 days. Once you get it plugged in, and that little blue thing shows you've got your chip going. Anytime you run this, an orange light starts flashing here, that means it's recording. But once I got it all hooked up, and you press, so there's the forward looking, you press the channel, and channel 2 empty, channel 3 shows, well, when it's plugged in right, it shows the back. There's a split view that you can get, and back to the front. But as I was going across the country, I had a front and rear view. Now, how did I mount this? I'm not putting screws in anything. So I got myself a basic large size cinnamon can from the spice department, put Velcro on the bottom, Velcro on the top. I took a piece of sheet metal out of a 4-foot fluorescent light and cut a base pad for the camera, and I used epoxy to glue it to the metal to the bracket, put the Velcro on there, and bingo. And that way I can take it off so prying eyes don't see it. That cable plugs into here that goes behind the seat. That plugs into there. Now, I bought an extra camera. My Yukon is 16 feet long. My trailer is 19 feet long. It works perfectly. It took me a long time to figure it out because I'm tech stupid. But here's what I did with the rear here. So, right there, I drilled 4 holes into the steel frame rail, put in 1.5-inch screws. I put in a sealer before I put the screws in. Then, there was no way to run the wires down the side of the trailer to the lights. It's just not happening. I drilled a hole through the breather cover outside, through the framework, brought the cable in here, bought some little stick-em clips from Ace Hardware, run the wire along here and over there, and bingo, there's a 12-volt plug-in in the trailer. Now I'll clean it up later, but that all works. And and you can see perfectly, they sync perfectly, and it was a lot of trouble because I don't understand wiring. And as far as the monitor goes, I just leave the monitor sitting there. I'm not going to drill holes in the dash or anywhere else. I bought one of these hangers. I bought a fancy hanger off Amazon. It won't hold this. It's too heavy. So once and you know, this thing will do, you hit the menu button, and man, all that stuff pops up on the screen. You can flip the view, you can change the picture, you can pair the cameras. Okay, I don't understand that. You're on your own on that. That took me hours. But then you press this button for V here and see those colored lines come up. Now when you hit the rear camera, that shows you your outline of your parking space you're backing into. I left this thing on all the way across the country. This chip records for 7 hours. The best thing is you leave it on going forward. Anything happens in front of you, you got a record of it. But the main thing is that you'll struggle with is plugging this thing into their little wiring system to figure out if it works. I mean, I didn't use any of their stuff. My trailer lights won't let me plug it into the lights. I had to run it inside. So it's a great system. I went from Oregon to Yellowstone and back, and you can record some beautiful stuff, but the main thing is it gives you a peace of mind in case somebody crashes in front of you. I highly recommend the camera. But like they say, if your rig's over 35 feet long, you might have a problem with communication. But they work great. I'd say buy it, and you're either smart enough to figure it out, or you find somebody that knows wiring just to get you past that initial thing and to program the darn thing for when to record and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, I highly recommend it. I think I've got $198, $200 in it. It was worth it, every bit of it. Hope that helps you out.